Alright, so we're back with Assassin's Creed Revelations. With me are...
W Dark?
And that guy who keeps not wanting to say what his name on the forums is because it's kind of embarrassing. Or Toffel.
You've got your own running gag.
Yes, thanks for inviting me.
But yeah, that bush I started this video in, it's the same bush I ended the last video in.
And you said it was special.
Yeah, it's just because of that. I ended the last video in that bush and started this in that.
So you like diving in bushes, is that what you're
There's
saying?
nothing otherwise. Pretty much. But yeah, who is ready for a trip to Castlevania?
Sounds good. Can we fight
That's where we're
Dracula?
going.
I've got a list of Castlevania quotes ready to go.
You know, I would actually play a Castlevania Assassin's Creed crossover game. I mean, you have Ezio climbing up like a clock tower. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of if there was any like situation in 2 or Brotherhood. But I guess there really wasn't.
Yeah, this is kind of a unique dungeon in the motif it has, I guess.
Die, monster. You don't belong in this world.
Always a classic.
Yeah. I wasn't lying.
Well, that certainly looks Castlevania-y.
Yeah.
Even though we're not technically in Romania right now, I'm pretty sure they... Yeah, see, we're actually in the Sultan's dungeons, but I'm pretty sure they got the idea for this place from
Castlevania.
The dungeon,
Led Chepus's castle.
the dungeons have a lot of
look at this
sky
place.
over them for, dungeons.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird setting, like text says it has. Anyway, this is a purely DLC dungeon. You got it for pre-ordering the game from someplace, or you can also get it by buying the Lost Archive DLC for this game.
How is that anyway?
Is that a mission icon in the distance?
That's just the checkpoint.
Yeah. The one thing I hate about this...
I don't... There's no... Oh, go
I was
ahead.
going to say, the one thing I kind of hate about this is the level condition is speeded under 7 minutes. This is a nice looking dungeon. And it's...
Yeah, this is a really sweet looking place.
So you kind of have to rush through it a little bit, but...
I don't think there's any really point to actually doing the additional objective. It doesn't do anything, I think.
No, it's DLC, so it's probably just like completely separate from the rest of the stuff. Like the couple of hidden chests that they like to leave in the dungeons, which technically are not needed for 100%, but makes you feel nice if you can find them.
Yeah. But in addition to being pretty sweet visually, it also has actually pretty creepy music playing over it.
It's very ambient. Very...
Yes, ambient is the word.
You know, the Sultan really should guard his prison better.
Yeah, he probably should.
What was that?
I was gonna say that I don't know if it's VLC messing with the color balance or something else, but it's kind of hard to see things every now and then. Just
Looks just fine for me, media player.
yeah, maybe VLC doing something dumb.
Yeah, you even have little crypts like this. It's sweet.
Yeah. I mean, it reminds me a lot of like of Castlevania areas, especially that I was playing that 2D Lords of Shadow one recently. Mirror of Fate. Kind of reminds me of that a little bit in some places, and some Lords of Shadow as well. Though then again, the castle in Lords of Shadow is also completely frozen over because reasons.
That's something I wish more castles were in Assassin's Creed, honestly.
I mean,
I have to agree with you.
And then technically, there's the Castello really isn't a prison. Well, not really a castle, but it is a kind of, sort of.
Yeah, that's kind of the motif I'm thinking of, but sort of like the more traditional castles with like a lot of towers and a keep and stuff like that. It's really high places you could go up.
Yeah, I mean, 2 didn't really have it. Brotherhood kind of had it. I mean, it was one building, but it was still pretty high up.
Yeah.
But that type of architecture really doesn't play into, you know, where they had set everything up. Monteregione, maybe, but that's not really.
Okay, here I was screwing up. I thought I had to grab that rope that was just above Ezio's head, which is why I kept jumping up at it. But that's what you're supposed to do: go for the drain pipe.
Yeah.
At first glance, it kind of doesn't look like you can reach that, but your eyes can deceive you. They certainly did mine for a few moments.
That perspective was kind of tricky. I actually didn't think you could make it. And I'm stupidly good at judging where you can get to and go through things. I'm trying to get better now that I'm starting to play Watch Dogs. Assassin's Creed 5. Kind of.
That's what the games thread says it's about.
Yeah. Be an asshole. Steal money from people because they're furries.
Now we can take Vlad Tepes' sword. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Tepes, yeah.
It's kind of a weird... in straight English it would be Tepes, but in Romanian it's something else weird. Yeah, Vlad's sword.
That's a very, very nice sword, actually.
Yeah, I think it's pretty sure it's the best sword of this game, and the cool thing about it is that it has unique kill animations.
And you're going to be showing these.
So Ezio will be doing. Yeah, I'll test drive as much as I can, but I kind of want variety in my Ezio builds for videos, so he doesn't always have the same stuff. That's why I go to tailors every video.
Yeah, I think it does have the usual 4-5-5 stat distribution, so it's, if not the best, it's tied.
Yeah, is the Sword of Altair in this game? I don't think it is.
I don't know, but I think there is one sword that's another 4-5-5. For those who don't really know, for whatever reason, Assassin's Creed never likes to give you a weapon with all 5s in a stat. So they usually have 2 5s and a 4 for really stupid reasons, but whatever sword gives you 5 in combo is basically the best thing anyway.
Yeah. And it's not like the stats make a huge difference. You could easily beat these games with starting equipment. It's just it makes fights go faster, since some swords clearly attack faster than others. Like the sword you get at the very beginning of this game, it's not great. It's very slow in attacking. Now we're assigning our first master assassin to this den. Or second on it. We already have a master assassin, but we're assigning her to this den. And by assigning assassins to dens, you do a couple missions with them, and when you complete those 2 missions, they're promoted to Master Assassin, and that den can't be attacked by Templars for the den defense minigame thing.
That's good.
Oh, okay, I was wrong. Flytap says 4s in all the categories. I'll tell you, your sword is in the game, though.
Oh. Yeah, you may have noticed it was night when I went into the den and day when I came out. That's because I failed this mission a whole bunch. Or at least the additional objective. And it's pretty silly that the path you have to follow your assassin is straight through a bunch of Templars. It's kind of weird they're having this conversation while they're slaughtering guys.
Yeah.
But just as they have a right to demand
That's
dignity
how this
from the
goes.
Ottomans,
It's very odd.
Byzantines have an obligation to keep the innocent safe from harm.
Just casually strolling, murdering dudes.
And we should not be surprised if we stumble.
And there's
from
another
time to
couple
time.
guys that always show up. Unfortunately, another couple guys showed up. The stupid corrupt official, whatever you call him. He showed up too, and then a Turkish rifleman showed up, joined the party too. So this just turned into real melee.
Christ.
And that rifleman is still jumping up on the rooftops. He's not attacking me, though. I think because I was only slaughtering Templars, he didn't bother me.
Yeah, I do forget that this game technically does have like two factions of enemy dudes, but they both hate each other anyway.
May the Father of Understanding guide and keep you. This is an impressive take for a single day.
Father of Understanding is a Templar
how quickly
phrase.
I make my money. I take care of my neighbors, and they take care of me.
That was rude.
Yeah.
Odai Dukas. And the biography mentions the Sennar Sultanate, and that was just south. That sultanate was based in what's now Sudan. So it's just south of Egypt's borders, which at this time was actually ruled by the Mamluks, not the Ottomans.
How did you come across this incredible sum of money?
Where did you learn your manners, Italian? In the court of Borgia? Clear away from my shop.
Actually, yes.
Did you
And then I watched the Pope get a poisoned apple shoved down his throat.
How? By honoring my neighbors and not selling out to those Ottoman usurpers. Now please take your insinuations elsewhere.
Now this third guy, he is a crack shot with rocks, and he will pelt you with them as you walk away from him. Like, you may have seen a rock flying just when I started to walk away from him, but he didn't hit me once.
Salute, amigo.
How long has it
Forgive me
been
for
since
asking,
this place
but
was
the insignia
conquered
on
by the
this chest,
Ottomans
What
again?
does it mean?
That? It is
About
the seal
60
of
years.
Theodoros Komnenos.
And he is your benefactor.
Benefactor? Oh, he is my friend, my countryman, and one of the wealthiest men in this district despite our new masters.
Of course. Grazie. What do you think? Shall we pay Theodoros a visit?
I wish they'd get rid of that stupid mask. I hate it.
Nor do I. If we can find a way to avoid bloodshed, we will. But if the Templars are behind this, that will
Just
give
wait
us
until
two
you get your own
options.
mask.
Yeah, there are a couple outfits in this game that give you masks. Although the game seems kind of inconsistent when the mask will or won't show up in a cutscene.
Follow your apprentice to the rich man's house. Wow. Just rich man, eh?
Gee. Okay, now this is the kind of this is the tricky part of the mission. You have to get to the rich man's house without getting
Is your
spotted,
apprentice...
or you fail the additional objective.
For a second, it looks like your apprentice was stuck.
And it can. Yeah, the AI kind of, I think, has some pathfinding issues at that particular part of the wall, because they always got stuck when I retried this mission here.
Don't get spotted. You just walked right in. Whatever, Assassin's Creed. And
Well, I did.
now you looted a floating body. Oh, not. Assassin's Creed. What do you do to me? Why do you do this to me?
It will be okay, friend.
Oh, shut up. Just because you murdered your girlfriend in the last game under the possession of crazy space alien lady doesn't get better. It gets worse.
Yeah, throwing knives are your best friend for stealthy attacks before you get the crossbow, because they're fast, they're completely silent, and they're an insta-kill on an enemy who does not know you're there or is completely unarmored. Like, if you toss a throwing knife at a Janissary who knows you're there, it won't kill him instantly, but it will do some damage.
Oh yeah, that's right. They left the crossbow off sometime later in the game, until later in the game, right? Because that kind of cheeses...
Actually, you can...
Does?
Actually, you can buy it fairly early in the game. It just costs a lot of money.
No. At the same time, it's basically a silent version of the pistol, so... I could
Yeah, pretty much.
see why they would lock that off.
Is he mad? Does he think I piss money?
But yeah, the problem with this mission kind of is that there's a lot of... There seems to be a guy who seems to always spot me when I'm up on the rooftops. And going on the ground level is dangerous because Templars will just immediately spot you, not like the Turkish guards who ignore you if you don't cause trouble for them. But if you're... It's not a good idea to be wandering around on the ground, but when you're up on the roofs, you just have to constantly watch for that one guy who you didn't see spotting you.
Oh, Aerostorm them?
Looks like people have spotted your buddy, though. Quite a lot of them. Or...
But they didn't spot me.
It's all that matters, okay?
Exactly.
Another stranger.
Theodoros, buongiorno.
Get your knife back.
Who are you?
You have
And
been
then
quite
some.
free with your money lately, and the assassins would like to know what your generosity has purchased.
Assassins? You? Both of you?
Calm, Effendi. We mean no harm.
I don't want to die. Please, spare my troubled soul. The Templars have corrupted me. I'm a good man at heart.
Keep watch over this one. When he has regained his sanity, we will talk.
You know, this guy so casually mentioning that assassins and Templars, it's kind of weird because these groups are supposed to be operating behind the scenes, and they shouldn't even be around at this point in history, but basically everybody knows who they are at this point.
Well, that's what happens when your secret society has a uniform.
I guess.
I think I've mentioned this in previous videos.
I've seen him before. Assassin! Take him down!
What did they do? They were just...
Another dead.
Such senseless violence.
I don't know why these Turks started attacking me. All I was doing was attacking the Templars. I don't know why they got mad at me for that.
Why are you beating up everybody just out of curiosity?
Well, the Templars spotted me, and then I got in a fight with the Templars, and then a bunch of Turks showed up and started attacking me and the Templars, so I had to defend myself.
But then you walked around the corner to people who hadn't
Maybe
even seen you, and killed them as well.
Well, they would have spotted me. I was just being cautious.
Uh,
It's not my fault everyone has a problem with me lately.
This isn't a tailor's. You're not changing your clothes. Why'd you renovate this shop?
But I wonder what that red icon is on the screen.
Is it the Cowardly Templar?
Oh god. No.
We'll see.
No. Is this the... No, this isn't the Cowardly Templar. Oh god, this better not be what I think it is.
It probably is.
As long as it doesn't dent defense, I'll call it good. This is a library. Why are you... No, wait. No, it's a bookstore. So you can go sell your books that you found just lying under rocks and tiles.
Well, Sophia has those now.
Yeah.
Look at me, I'm just a man of the people right here, renovating shops all over the place.
Oh, son of a bitch. I know exactly what you're doing.
It is almost criminal to pass by without looking.
Why?
Now time for some new threads.
Get the heat off of you. Oh,
Actually,
oh,
it
wait,
makes your notoriety go up.
Oh wait, too late.
I don't know why changing the color of your robes makes your notoriety go up, but it does.
Didn't it say minus something %?
Because everybody wants to punch that idiot in teal. Oh god.
But now it's time for Ezio's ultimate battle.
Oh god.
He's just standing there.
It's Petruccio.
These Turks are about to get the show of a lifetime.
Please don't throw him into the barricade.
He's not even attacking me. What is this? I'm supposed to fight back.
Oh god, he's gonna die in the scaffolding.
Now these guys want to avenge Duccio. But they didn't get the chance. And that's the last we'll be seeing of old Duccio.
Alright.
That was some nice shooting.
Oh, that's what he gets for fucking with your sister.
Exactly.
Except she ran a brothel, so wait. Wait a second.
Are those?
You can actually... You can... Oh, go ahead.
I was
those
gonna say, wait,
nuns?
why'd you... No. They're wearing habits, yes. I don't think they're nuns, though.
They're not nuns. They just have funny hats on.
I was gonna say, your Templar notoriety meter went clear for a second.
Yeah, that's because the den defense has been triggered.
God damn it! I'll save that for another
This
time.
is the one with the This is the one with the flame tank. You should be happy.
Oh god. The mission that I decided, okay, I fuck this minigame, I'm never doing it again.
It's good for a larf sometimes. Like when you get a whole bunch of guys running down the street and you sick a cannon on them and kills like 20 guys in a single shot.
At the very least. Oh, you found it. Good job.
Pretty simple.
Now you just gotta climb the broken aqueduct. Is that an aqueduct? Looks like an
It
aqueduct.
is. It's called the Volans Aqueduct.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, that's an aqueduct, isn't it?
Oh,
Okay.
There were aqueducts in Brotherhood.
you had to pay to repair the aqueducts in Brotherhood. Just to get to one stupid dungeon. One crypt.
I thought that was kind of neat, actually. You paying stuff actually made a difference in the architecture.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. I'm just amazed that I don't know why the hell it just like locked you away from doing one dungeon. Because that was the ultimate reward of redoing all the aqueducts. You got to the last crypt, or a Templar lair, I forget which. The flute girl.
Yeah, it was a crypt. But now we've unlocked the best these book dungeon things in the game.
Ooh,
the
is this what? Is this the boat one? This is the boat.
Yeah, it's the best one.
Yeah.
It's the best one in the game, pretty much by far.
It's like the Colosseum in Brotherhood, but actually done right.
I do not remember much about the dungeons in Brotherhood, aside from the one in St. Peter's Basilica, which was pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, the Colosseum, though, had a great ending to it, where you kind of just burst into a giant party of dudes.
Now I only think I need one more to completely ignore Animus data fragments for the rest of the game.
Well, I mean, it's all...
Since you unlock something in the Animus Island by getting, I think, 25 of them. So once, assuming you have the trophy for getting all 100 of them, which I obviously do, there's not really any point to collect them past 25.
100% synchronization, baby. 100% synchronization.
I don't... if it does, I'll collect all 100 of them.
Again.
Yeah. Actually, funny story about the first time I attempted this dungeon is that a whole bunch of mission completed icons came up while the cutscene was running, and then when the mission started, the music wasn't playing. I guess the chime you get for completing missions overrode the trigger for the music starting.
Another key?
That sounds about right
and
for
this
this
dungeon
series.
is just...
Hard stone.
Yeah.
Promising. The first key was found.
But yeah, this dungeon is like... It's only about halfway good without the music, since the song playing over it is one of the best in the game.
Yeah.
All we have are a few barrels of gunpowder.
This should do. And if it does not, we get more.
Yeah.
The assassin! Go! Go!
You will not leave here alive!
A 3-hour tour.
Actually, you might think this song was called Forum of the Ox on the soundtrack. It's actually not. It's called Forum of Ox for some reason.
He's dead!
It is weird.
It is odd. But yeah, this dungeon is just amazing because you have you have the running water below, you have a bunch of parkour on your path, and it says don't take any damage. But I don't think those guys can actually hit you with their guns, because I have never once been hit by their guns. So it is either extremely improbable they'll hit you, or it's simply impossible.
I mean, it's not really. I don't think it's really for the. I don't really want to spoil it for the first segment. I think it's for the last little concluding bit. But yeah, it's kind of hard to ever take damage on this. Let's maybe take fire damage somewhere, but I don't even think you do, so...
He's behind us!
It's just such a great dungeon, because there's just so many...
Yeah.
The path is good.
And the neat thing is that... Yeah, the path is good, and the neat thing is that you don't really have to use the left control stick to really guide Ezio much. All you have to do is sort of nudge the right one to control the camera to the point where he's jumping.
Yeah.
So you don't have to you don't have to really manually plan very much when you can just turn the camera and Ezio will run along the path.
Yeah, this would have...
It's just, you get such a great sensation of speed from this dungeon.
It
would have
is
been
very nice.
A good dungeon for like 3 or 4, because with the redone movement controls, you could just literally just run straight ahead.
Yeah.
Hey. Like
Forgot to turn off your notifications.
Oh, you guys must be seeing a different video. Yeah, I was rewatching this video before after I uploaded it, and it had the notification in it, and I redid the video so a different attempt would come out. But not to worry, that notification won't show up in the video that actually gets.
Well, there was we saw nothing, people, nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
You didn't mention any names, so it doesn't really matter.
I did, but that's beside the point.
Yeah.
Just keep listening to kick-ass music and watching the boat.
Yeah, watch the boat. But yeah, I ran straight into that fire and didn't do any damage. So if you can get damaged by the fire or gun, it has never happened to me.
Yeah.
Maybe you have to stand still or something.
Maybe. It's just you wouldn't want to stand still, since this dungeon is all about
movement. This part, yeah. The parts you actually have to time.
Yeah. Actually, the boat, I think, adjusts to the speed you're currently moving, so it's not like they could pass you by or you could overshoot them, because I think they'll pretty much always end up right underneath you when you're in assassination position.
Okay, that's at least good. Now this is where you could take damage and kill it.
Yeah.
But it's 4 dudes. Congratulations, you start the combo. They're dead.
Pretty much. Got some sweet kills with Vlad's sword there.
Treasure chests.
Of course, what would really trivialize that is smoke bombs, but it's smoke bombs. How to deal with no damage requirements in Assassin's Creed. And so these are the 3 chests hidden in this dungeon. Did you ever mention that in any previous video? I don't think you ever did.
I don't think I did, no.
They like to hide 3 treasure chests in every crypt in the game. They don't count to 100%, they're just hidden. But in Forum of the Ox, they're at the very end because there's no fucking place to hide them in the rest of the dungeon.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't quite know why they did that, but it's nice.
They could have put them like under that bridge or something.
Right behind the Altair statue.
That would have been an amusing little touch by someone at Ubisoft.
You walk in and then
unfortunately,
you get the cutscene triggers and you walk out.
Yeah, but unfortunately, we do not have nearly enough time to do the Altair memory this time.
Oh no! Wait a second.
There's still 10. I really wanted to. Yeah, the den defense. Anyway, I really wanted to have the Altair memory here, but it's like 15 minutes long or something minimum. So there's just not enough time.
Let's see. What did you do last time as Altair? You buried your mentor.
Well, we set him on fire. Same difference.
Yeah, and then you went and killed the dude who was killing himself. Wait, you know you saved his life.
Yeah, boss.
Oh. I think the game wants you to do something. Well, why haven't you killed that coward Templar yet, anyway?
I don't know. You know, you can actually hear the music, and right now is sort of that sort of little tense theme. And honestly, I play this game usually pretty late at night, so I have the volume pretty low. And so I didn't notice the same music was always playing here, so just have to put up with that for a little bit longer. But we haven't done a den defense in 7 videos, so why not?
How long until you can staff them all with Master Assassins and just ignore this stupid, shitty thing?
Well, since I'm doing an LP of this game, I kind of want to show off all the stuff that can be in den defenses, so... Like the Greek fire siege engine. I could tell you about it, but it's another thing entirely to actually see it in action.
Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of... When the first time I got a den defense, that's the last enemy they rolled for me. And I'm like, why the fuck do they have a flamethrower tank? And then, I don't ever want to deal with a flamethrower tank ever again. At which point, I proceeded to just power my assassins up and lock away all my dens, so I would never have to deal with it ever again.
Oh yeah, as long as you're sending your guys out regularly on missions, they'll level up to when they can become master assassins pretty fast.
Yeah.
Secure that point.
Yeah, I should mention that assassin leaders, they unlock rooftops, and that there has to be an assassin leader on that rooftop for you to put guys there.
You know, you think that the Templars would just do this when no one was really paying attention, and there weren't dudes standing on the rooftop sniping at them.
I'm just wondering where they're getting all these guys from, because they lose like hundreds of guys in the average den defense. But it never seems to bother them too much.
Yeah, it's the animus.
Yeah.
Make your stand there. Make your stand there. Hold that point for
Riflemen are pretty much good the best all-around unit in the den defense, in that they're good against regular guys, they're good against armored targets. But the only problem is they kind of have a slow rate of fire.
Oh no, your man was shot.
secure that point. I need you to hold that point.
Fuck, the assassins have a tons of dudes just sitting around anyway.
And the assassins that jump from the rooftops, completely useless against armored targets, but good for killing guys.
Defend that area.
It's some stupid rock papers bullshit, isn't it?
Make your stand there. Hold
Pretty
that
much.
point.
What are the crossbowmen good at?
They're good cheap units that they can kill unarmored targets pretty well since they have a high rate of fire, but they don't do any. They do pretty much nothing against armored targets.
Why were all those?
So they're good.
They're the Zerglings of the game.
Yeah.
Why were?
So the crossbowmen are good for deploying at the start of the mission when there's a bunch of unarmored guys running, but when the armored guys start showing up, then you want to start having rifle guys in.
Make your stand there. Defend that
Why did
area.
everybody run away?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Make your stand there.
Because he blew him
I
off
don't
the
know,
cannon
these
quite
guys
good.
are weird.
Point.
I mean, sometimes they'll retreat after taking a few losses, but then they come around 2 seconds later. I mean, look at all these guys. It's like a million lands. Not anymore, there aren't there.
I think there were about 78 dudes in this one, so...
Okay, so yeah, it looks like the cannon is what
Make your
scares them
stand
off.
there. Make your
Maybe.
stand there.
And here comes the flame tank.
And you have nothing but wooden barricades.
Yeah, he's not going to be too bothered by wooden barricades.
Yeah, and it's already taken.
I have
like,
to say, though... Yeah,
This is actually kind of a precarious situation because you have that little rifleman squad picking off my guys on the rooftop, and you have the tank going through the barricades like paper.
yeah. Kerosene soaked paper.
You actually managed to reach my den. Not bad.
Yeah, this is starting to remind me of my first den defense.
And for all the den defenses, they don't end until you take out the armored vehicle. So I could kill guys until the cows come home, but until the tank gets destroyed, it doesn't end. And we unlock new stuff. And we get a little Greek fire of our own. The Greek fire barricade.
Oh, so now you can set flamethrowers on people.
Yep.
Oh, God. This is World
Let's get
War
our
I all over
pyromaniac
again.
on.
I think the next time the Templars are going to be bringing in a... I don't know what you'd call it. It's an armored thing with a machine gun on it. And to be fair, this series has had machine guns in it before in Brotherhood. So it's not... It's still pretty crazy.
There's a Gatling gun, basically.
It's not some...
Well, Leonardo da Vinci was pretty
it was
crazy.
in Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, Da Vinci did have a Gatling gun in the previous game, so it's not something Revelations just totally made up.
And a stealth bomber. Why does nobody remember the stealth bomber?
That's some pretty good stealth.
Considering it wasn't very stealthy at all.
Well, you stole it.
Yeah, but when you're lobbing fire down on people, you're not being too stealthy. Brotherhood just did a whole bunch of extra missions that were either completely insane or they had some nice character building moments, like Ezio burying his family in Florence. Or sending them out to sea, whatever he did in one of the memory missions. But it's time to wrap up another video with us staring into a key.
Oh boy.
Well, I guess next time we're going to see what's going through Altair's head.
Yep.